Aries, welcome to your general reading for 17th till 23 July with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energy, your immediate future. We're going to clarify, and then we're going to end off looking at some of the things that in life that you might want to look out for, some of the things that you can sabotage yourself, some of the things that are coming your way that are not good, that you're not aware of, how to avoid that. Okay. I'm also going to end off, or what I did recently, I recorded a guided regression hypnosis session for releasing negative energy, connecting with your guides, connecting with your higher good. You don't have to go look for it. I will put it at the end of the video on like those options that come up on the screen. So it will come up for you. Just look at the video and then we see that. All right. So let's start looking at your recent past there first and foremost. So Aries, in your recent past, you've got the Justice energy, which is that beautiful Libra energy, basically. And it's about harmony, diplomacy, things working out, new beginnings, leaving the old behind. There's the Page of Emotions, which is the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Inspirations, which is the Knight of Wands. So let's look at that first. That's quite interesting energies. You know, it's quite incredible, and I actually can't wait to clarify that. But it's really incredible, Aries, when, you know, those cards are basically following the Justice energy. And I think in all of my years of reading tarot, which is like 20 years, I've never actually seen this pattern before. And that's the interesting thing about tarot. You keep on seeing new things all the time. It's really incredible, you know. So there's a release here. There's a higher power that is stepping in here, your highest good, your angels, your guides, your guardians. I feel that for many of you, beautiful Aries, there's quite a path that you would have walked, because one doesn't just get to this energy, you know. So, and 11 also, it's, you know, a lot of times you'll hear people speak about 11. It's about new beginnings, but it's also about things coming together. So I feel that for many of you, it's almost like there may have been like a false sense of stability in your life, and that is disintegrating, you know, like you're really getting the truth. And for some of you, you may have thought, oh, this is the best that it can possibly be. It can't get better than that. This is like the ultimate. And then you kind of, you know, I feel through a lot of self-development, maybe spiritual work, a lot of investment in growing the self, could have seen that maybe there are, you know, there's better that life can be. So this is also a third eye opening. It's a real ascension, 3D to 5D. Just to let you know, you may hear some sounds in the background. There's just my family. You can completely ignore that. But this is really beautiful. It's like there's a higher hand that stepped in here for you, and obviously a higher hand, your highest good, your guide, your guardian, source, spirit, can only step through once you actually allow it to step through, you know. So something that I also like to say to people quite often is that, you know, when you get all these beautiful things happening in your life, miracles and breakthroughs and epiphanies and, you know, all those wonderful really things, the thing to remember is that those things can only happen if you are a vibrational match to that, you know, or for that. So at the end of the day, yes, it's soul stepping through, but it's what you do that actually makes it possible, because the universe isn't going to force you, all right? Page of Emotions, there might be a new love, and this could be a new love for someone else, but it could also be a new love for the self, you know, a deeper sense of respect for the self. I feel that for many of you, you are being guided by your heart and not necessarily by, you know, by fear or by stubbornness or by, you know, I should and I shouldn't. And there's like a whole new world of possibilities that started to open there for you. Some of you may have, you know, realized that it's fine to give yourself a new chance for yourself or for love or for life. And I can see that you've done that. And some of you have become quite smitten, you know, fallen beautifully head over heels in love there. Met that person that was just really great, really wonderful. Those life experiences that were really wonderful. Really giving yourself a chance over there, not being so overly analytical and overly critical of, like, you know, what is it that they want and that sort of thing. Trusting life, trusting others, trusting yourself, which always really, you know, I know that people a lot of times say, like, you can't trust other people because what if they do funny stuff? But the thing is, if everybody comes from that point of view, then the world's going to be quite a dark sort of place, you know. Let's look at the current space. Growing beautifully. Queen of Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands, Six of emotions, Six of Cups, and the Gemini energy there, the sixth energy, the lover's energy, the energy of choice. And also 6 and 6, and 6 in tarot, it is the energy of love. It's the energy of hope. You turn 6 around, it becomes 9. It's the energy of possibility. It's the energy of miracle stepping through, And if you're open for that sort of thing, as I always recommend, place your dominant hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and claim that for yourself. There is a higher realization of consciousness here. There is a connection here with your higher source. There's you really tapping into your power. Now, what's speaking about tapping into your power? Let's just speak about that for a moment, because I often see people going around speaking about tapping into your power, your inner goddess, your inner god, and all of those things are really great, and I'm fully supportive of that. But a lot of times, we don't realize that in order to really tap into your fullest of power, and that is what the chariot card in tarot, that is what the chariot is really about. It's about when you understand how dark you could possibly be and what doesn't work for you, you kind of being to the lowest of the dumps, of your own life potential. You make a choice and say, I want something different. This is not what I want for myself. I want better. I want higher. I deserve more. I'm worthy of more, I've got greater value than this. And this is what's happening over here. This is when you sort of begin to realize it's beautiful because there's definite spiritual advancement here. It's when you realize that there's more for me in life. I'm worthy of more. I'm deserving of more. There's a beautiful childlike energy that's stepping forward here for you. Many of you have done a lot of shadow work, been through the dark night of the soul. And I would say if there's anything that you want to focus on at the moment, focus on inner child healing or just appreciating the inner child, What were the things that made you happy when you were a child? For me, if anybody wants to know, it's ice cream. It's just having fun. It's sometimes sitting in the forest. I was very fortunate. I grew up in the country and there was forest and it was safe. So I would just go lay on my back for hours and hours and just look at the clouds, What are those things that make you happy? It's about taking it back to the simple things, taking it back to basics, basically. And there's a wonderful promise here of love, of choice, of closer relationships. Universe want to let you know that it's safe to trust, it's safe to love, it's safe to... Let me just go see what my dogs are doing. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. It's safe for you to trust. It's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to open your heart. It's safe for you to do those things. Okay. Oh, look at how beautiful this is. Immediate future. You've got the sun, which is the highest vibrational energy in the tarot deck, which is just beautiful. It's about self-expression. 9 of materials, which is the 9 of pentacles, and the 9 of voices, which is the 9 of swords. And again, so I just want to point this out to you. Remember, I spoke about the 6th energy, and here you've got the 9. So this is a beautiful, beautiful confirmation for you, Aries, that you are on the right path. You are going from this one step to the next step. You are following the steps the way you're supposed to follow them. There's wonderful things available for you. All you need to be able to do is open your heart and trust. You basically gotta let the magic in. That's really it. Lots of dreams can come true. Lots of hopes can come true. You may be having some people in your life, Aries, that and this did come up for you before, though. I think it was in your full July reading, if I remember correctly. I do speak under correction. It might be for your reading for last week, your 10 till 16 July reading. But I remember there was a very strong pattern that came through about, maybe some people that you thought you can trust, some people that you... I'm not necessarily speaking about anybody being conniving, backstabbing, anything like that. But it's like sometimes we have certain people in our lives and we don't realize that those people are not really conducive to our highest good. Not because they're wrong, but because you better, anything like that. It's just like they're on a different vibe to you, And I see that for some of you going forward, there is those separations that's taking place. Not necessarily in a way that you enjoy it the most. For those of you that are in a committed relationship, I don't really necessarily see that in a love relationship. This is more like a personal thing where you realize it's time to make some changes, all right? Because you have changed quite a bit, and so it only makes sense that your life needs to change or will change a bit, because now you've got different choices. You remember you had that lover's energy, which is all about choice, all right? And it's about releasing the things that we're holding on to sometimes to make way for something bigger, better, newer, better serving. Okay. But you're definitely on the right path. That I can tell you for a fact. You're on the right track. Okay. Let's see, Aries. Let's clarify for you. So we're going to clarify that recent past. So the Justice energy, Page of Emotions, the Knight of Inspiration. They want me to give it another bit of a juke. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see what we've got. So for that recent past, this card wants to come out and wants to be in the middle. So there is that and then from the bottom, 8 of Pentacles, which is incredible. Okay, so here's something really, really amazing that's going on here for you. So clarifying the recent past, Source definitely stepped in here for you. And this may have been Source stepping in a way that, it was wonderful initially, and then it got a bit tough. And then we sometimes start asking those questions, did I make the right choice? So you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, and you've got the Moon energy, which is the Pisces energy, which is all about our emotions and introspection and what are your dreams and, sometimes really feeling this is what I'd like, but can I get it? Will I get it? Am I old enough? Am I strong enough? Am I too young? Will I get a sense of respect? So I feel that things started to shift for you in a positive direction, Aries. Especially when it comes to maybe your own stability, your own future, whatever it is that you were building on, whatever you started with passion, I can see that it started off really, really well for you. But for some of you, you were still like having some difficulty with the emotions there. Is this for me? Will it work out? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm wasting my time? What if I'm wasting my money? My money, my energy. A lot of channeling coming through at the moment. But I can see that for some of you, it's almost like you had to hold the light for yourself. Like there wasn't anybody else to hold it for you. Now, I don't know, is that because you maybe isolated yourself from others, or just because a lot of people that you thought will be there wasn't there? You got to let me know in the comments which case it was. But there was that sense of feeling alienated almost. Like, am I fooling myself? Am I deceiving myself? And sometimes we need to come face to face with those dark emotions because, we want to deal with that and release them and clear them out. A lot of times people say, only focus on the positive. But when you only focus on the positive, technically speaking, you go into a space of denial because you also want to look at the things that are not serving in your best interest. And you can't know for sure that they're not serving in your best interest. And no, I don't choose that for myself if you don't really know what it is. Because, sometimes in life you think that something is good and it turns out to not be that good. Or you think that something or someone is terrible and then it turns out that you weren't correct about it. So let's see. We're going to clarify for you your current space. So the Queen of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Lover's energy. Cards of Heart. Source is stepping into your life in a major way. Spirit is definitely stepping into your life in a major way. And you've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. All right. So this is really about. I feel that for many of you, it's like your soul was tired. You were tired of not living your highest good, your greatest good, your highest potential, which you knew you could live. But some of you are maybe feeling very trapped, in life, in love, with living your potential, with romance, with all of those things that are very personal, And for some of you, you realize, like, listen, I got to flip the script. I gotta flip the script, And I feel that for many of you, you may have been, especially here with the Three of Wands, you may have been searching quite a bit. And for many of you, you may have thought that you need to go somewhere else, change your job, change your appearance, change your hair color, change this, change that. And a change is always good. But the amazing thing, which many of you may have realized, but Source is definitely confirming for you, Aries, is that where you are, is exactly where you're meant to be, because it's like activating that magical magnet where you attract to yourself what you want, where you don't have to go out there and look for it and sacrifice and lose sleep and lose joy and lose fun. You can have everything in life in the most beautiful sort of ways. All you need to do is allow it wherever you are. And that's what's happening for you at the moment. That's its breakthroughs. It's beautiful. So you may be having this breakthrough. And the one thing that you want to be careful of is when you realize this, you don't want to say like, oh, I've been holding myself back for so long and I've lost so much time. Because by going into that space, you just lose more time. you know. Um, Definitely amazing blessings and breakthroughs coming there for you. Love, new love, for those of you that were struggling with maybe a person in your life, or whatever it is, it's like problems are just falling away. Beautiful. Spirit is definitely in line here for you. Let's look at the energy immediate future, the star, the nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. So, yeah, going through so much, going to that next level in such a beautiful, beautiful way. You've got the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Sorry, my apologies. So going to that next level, it's time to give yourself permission to go to that next level, because I feel that for some of you, you might be playing it safe, you might be playing it logical, but it's about, you need to give yourself permission to go to that next level, because by holding on to almost like everything that feels so safe and stuff like that, it's almost like you are withholding from yourself the beauty that you can have, because there's a wonderful potential for you going forward, building a better life for yourself, building a better life with others, growing a relationship. um just beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Okay, let's see some of the things that you want to look out for. My beautiful, beautiful Aries. Let's see some of the things that you want to look out for, what you want to be mindful of, what you just want to keep a little eye on. And if the reading resonates with you and it was helpful, I'd really appreciate you liking the video, giving it a thumbs up. For those of you that are already supporting my channel, I'd really, I'm grateful so much towards you. For those of you that are not, I'd really appreciate you considering subscribing, hitting that all notification bell so you know when your weekly readings are coming out. Let's see. So Five of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and there's that Queen of Cups again. All right. So it's like there's a new life being built here for you. Again, it's almost like a repetition of before. But some of you are still looking at, I did this in the past, I did that in the past, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, and so forth and so forth and so forth. I don't know, can I follow a path of spirituality? Am I worthy of it? Can I maybe guide others towards the light? Because I don't know, before I don't know, like, let's say maybe you were a prostitute and you think to yourself, oh, I'm such a horrible person. We do what we do. And it's not up to anybody to judge anybody else. If you say it's time to go into a different path of life, then it's time for a different path of life. And whoever's going to hold it against you, I'm going to say to you, don't worry so much about people that want to bring you down in life, because there's many people who want to help you and want to support you and want you to be successful, but they may think that you don't need it, or they may think that you're not open to it. So if you need help, ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's an absolute sign of strength. All right. So that's what I got for you, Aries. I hope that helps. If any of you are open to more in-depth guidance, you can always book a personal reading. The details for how to do all of that is in the description below. There's a link for my step-by-step tarot reading course. There's a link for my free oracle card reading course. If any of you are open to really advancing your life through online regression hypnosis, or what some people call past life regression, there's the details for that below. There's a link that you can click, and also really benefit from the guided hypnosis that I'm putting up on the screen for you. From my heart, namaste, love and light. See you next time. Bye, Aries.